Remember the world is evolving. The world is evolving, and you know, a lot of people, I would say, a lot, you know, with the reggae music, if you really want to really propel it to another level, like you really have to allow whatever new inspiration is in the air. Like we can't really say it's gonna compare to this or compare to that, because on a whole, even if it compare to whatever, we have to make it be and make it grow. Because remember that hip hop or whatever deprive or come from reggae music. Right. So even if we have to bounce back from the roots, it's just like I said, the elders or whoever is leading.
You listen to the Fresh Queen song. You listen to Vincy Internet Radio, the station that plays you the best variety of music and way on the internet. Yeah, for the rest, now you're locked on to the best Vincy Internet Radio. Coming up shortly, we have an interview with African the artist. We're just gonna turn it over now to see what the brother is doing. Good afternoon, guys.
Blessings.
Yeah, hearing you coming through there, my brother. Let's hear it from my host, the host for this afternoon.
Greetings.
Blessings, Cippy. Fully.
Thanks, man. Thanks for coming on to Vincy Internet Radio, man. We're gonna start. I'm just gonna ask you to just introduce yourself to us, African the artist. Yeah, just tell us all about African the artist.
Well, blessings. I go by the name African the artist, originally from Jamaica, Westmoreland. You know, that's my place of birth. You don't know right now, I'm representing Toronto. Basically, that's it in a nutshell. You don't know, artist, entertainer, very outstanding, energetic, you know, just to name a few characteristics, you know.
Great. I'm just going to pass it over now to the host of this evening, then I'll come back a little bit later and get some stuff going from you.
Blessings.
Thanks, Chip. I want to say, African the artist, greetings.
Yeah, man, greetings, bro.
Yeah, welcome to the program, my brother. You know, it's a pleasure to have you here, you know, on Vincy Internet Radio and to the world where you can, you know, showcase yourself or sell yourself to the world, and the world can come to you and you go to the world, you know.
Respect, give thanks for having me,
huh? So just take us like way back, like where it all started with you in the music business from a singing perspective.
Well, singing perspective, you know, I come from a church family, so my mom is like very influenced by the church, so we all have to go to church every Sunday. Excuse me. You know, so that's where I kind of gain the knowledge or see something in the music where I want to venture in. So I used to sing basically on the church choir same way, you know, so. And then I grew up with my cousins and other family member who was very influential, like was a bad selector in our community, you know what I mean? So all of that plays a part of me want to journey to become an artist. You understand? And you don't know it start from within my mother belly still, because she say I be a move around and do things. You understand? So
you was a singer even before you're born.
Yeah.
Destiny, man, destiny. But in all, you say you were a singer, you choose reggae music, or you could have gone gospel where you grew up and stuff like that. So how come you know that road?
Well, to tell you the truth, I still consider myself to really be influential towards positive music like that, you know, because I have a lot of songs there. I kind of express that kind of feeling. Even the album right now, if you really listen to the album, I mean, there are songs on there that kind of express that kind of feeling, that kind of gospel feeling. I would say, like, it take you to a positive journey, you know. So I still have that within me.
So I just wanted to let the people know that your music is a kind of, you know, on a level where even, you know, your mother and your grandmother can listen to, you know.
Yes, it's that way.
So at what age though you really decide to go down the reggae route?
I think from around nine, knowing myself around probably around 9, 10. You know, yeah. From in school, I'd say from about grade 4. Because there was one youth in the class was rapping, and for me that was kind of fascinating, and not like it was the first, you know, but at the same time coming from a youth doing his thing, and I say, yo, it's this, you know, nice, it's a good vibes, you know. Yeah.
And of course you didn't want to go down the rap road because you look like you're just a copy the man, you know. So you try to yeah, exactly. Man, I know the vibes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So from a writing perspective, do you write your own songs or?
Yes. Yes.
And like what age you find yourself like putting the first, you know, lyrics together?
I would say maybe 12. I think maybe 12, because I think I recorded song at 13. Yeah, which I think I was in 7th grade at that time, you know. So
and this is recording, like you actually record from a studio at around that age?
Yeah, like go in a studio and record.
In
like
Jamaica, of course.
One of my little friends from school like say, you know, I have this brethren who have a studio, and you know, and he know, like he usually look up to me and him rate how I usually do the music thing from in school, because from I went to high school, like we usually play drums underneath the school stairs and them things and them vibes, and everyone who can do them thing used to participate. So you don't know, my little friend tell me, say, yo, you have a link with a studio, and I say, all right, we will go. And then it was so happy that the guy was good. He was, you know what I mean, it was good enough to say, yo, let me try a thing, or let me do, or make him hear what I can do.
Yeah, man, I do them days, man. A man who could make a song with the mouth, just make a song. A man who could, man. Yeah, way back, you know, it's just fortunate that some of us, you know, took it on and took it to a higher level, and some of us just, you know, forget about it, you know.
True.
Yeah. So so moving forward now, like you went to a studio, but who at that time did you look up to apart from your peers? Like who on a higher level, like artists, popular artists, you kind of try to imitate?
I would say, my artistry is very interesting, you know, and very intriguing. I would say I look up to Bob Marley, very influential, very inspirational, you know. Yeah, Bob Marley, Bounty Killer, I would say Busy Signal, and well, there's just to name a few of them right now, you understand? But a lot of the older artists them back in the days, you know, Tony Curtis, same way. Yeah,
man. But that's a very you can say a very diverse group. So you're right when you say you know, it's kind of different.
My artistry, yeah.
It tells me that you're a man who loves all kind of music.
Definitely. Definitely.
But you choose what you choose, reggae over dancehall, or you just do mixture of both? Or
I do mixture of both. You understand? Because to be honest, I have my fan base is I have cultural fan base, people who only want to hear positive music, and I have some other fan base wherein they love the dancehall music. So I try to keep it that way, and I try to be as positive or as influential as possible. You understand? So not to take away from the interview with the music anyway, even out of the music, like I try to do some positive thoughts of the day and them things that we try to uplift and try to, you know, show people there's a better way of doing things. You understand what I mean? I say? And sometimes there's things like where come out in the lyrics, we as human being, like we can't really take it literal or them things there. So that's me trying to show people, like, you know, there's positivity out there.
True. Sure. But before we go forward, I'll just let you know, this is about you, everything about you. So even if you go outside of your music and let people know, you know, the different side of you, we're okay with it. You know, the time is yours, and we just want you to sell yourself to the people, let them know, who African the artist is as an individual, as an entertainer, as a songwriter, as a producer. It's just you. This platform is for you. So even if you want to go and tell me about how your parents grew you up and stuff like that, it's all cool, So we're not gonna really drift away from it, but you can just stay, just feel free, man, to just pull the vibes. So
feel free to express yourself, man. Just express yourself on this program. This program doesn't have any limitation. You come on here, tell everybody about you. We want you to sell yourself, and once you sell yourself, we are happy. We're not going to restrict you from what you're going to say. As anything you want to talk about, man, you're free to do it. All right?
All right. Respect.
Yeah. So as I was saying back with the music and the influences, so those guys were your influences. Did you have any mentor coming up?
To be honest, not really. My mentors, I would say maybe his peers, maybe his friends, them really was kind of motivating and trying to push whatever I have going on to a limit or to an extent where they know, it will reach somewhere.
Mm-hmm. So, walk me back a little bit, because I know, like, I'm from St. Vincent, of course, and I know in the early days when you have Yellow Man and those guys coming through and they were doing their piece. We called it back in St. Vincent toast, but it's more like when they started DJing and stuff like that.
Right.
I assume that in Jamaica, that's how it is growing up as a youth. You have a little crowd on the side of the road and just spitting out lyrics, right?
Yes, man, definitely. Mm-hmm. Definitely, you have that, Mm-hmm. So in my community, and I know if you know Richie Stevenson.
Yeah, man.
Richie Stevenson, he's one of my influence also. He is one of my inspiration. He's from Westmoreland, where I'm from, and he usually keeps shows. So a lot of artists are guys who think they can do their thing or sing or whatever, usually hang around him. So basically, anytime he would pull up in the community, there's always be like a little showdown or a little stage show or a little gathering of somebody doing anything. And then again, my cousin, like I said, used to run a sound. He used to be a selector. So he had his own little sound and so forth. So he usually play rhythm and guys usually come by and sing on them thing there. You know what I mean? So
use off the mic and
yeah.
Yeah, but well, for the people now, we're gonna just take in a little bit of introduce your music to some new folks and keep up with your existing followers, so
yeah, man, take it to them, man.
Birthday, dancing. You don't hear what they say, you know. Enjoy yourself like no one watching. Ooh. So much fun, girl. No stopping. I wanna be your captain. Me tell her where she want here. Me tell her where she want. Tell her where she want here. Go tell her where she want. We tell her where she want here. We tell her where she want. Yeah. We tell her where she want here. You got big butts, big boobs, full of pride, flash attitude. Smile, spell gratitude. Hear that? Humble, but you still rude. When you just girl, you're more than pretty. How you figure the case to the city? Right now. Authentic, your authenticity. Wow. You make me heart melt, you see.
So, what do you think about trap dancehall? Do you touch that genre? I'll have to call it a genre to
yeah, well, to be honest, I think so. I think a little bit of my music might dabble in it, but not so much. I try to keep it more authentic dancehall because that's the root of where I really come from. So to be honest, I don't have a problem with it because the world is ever so changing. So we really have to kind of keep up with the changing that's really going on in the world. And the younger people, them that when they come, is like they're gonna come with their own influence. So it's either we help them with the influence to curve it, the influence, and make it better, or we either leave it alone, or you know what I mean. But yeah, but I don't have a problem with it, to be honest. You know, it's just for me, one thing I have a problem with, if somebody is singing or they're doing something and you can't understand what they're saying, then I have a problem. But if whatever they're saying now makes sense and you can or pick sense out of nonsense, however it be, you know, let it be.
Because some would claim that it's taken away from dancehall, you know, because like example for sampling, when you have the R&B people now sampling dancehall, like the old real dancehall, they come and they sample it. No, they're claiming that if you take the trap now, it's like it's giving R&B and hip hop what they really want, so they don't really need to sample dancehall anymore.
Well, it's not. I wouldn't say that. You know what I mean? Remember, the world is evolving. The world is evolving, and you know, a lot of people, I would say, you know, with the reggae music, if you really want to really propel it to another level, like you really have to allow whatever new inspiration is in the air. Like we can't really say it's gonna compare to this or compare to that, because on a whole, even if it compare to whatever, we have to make it be and make it grow. Because remember that hip hop or whatever deprive or come from reggae music. Or that's where it started. So even if we have to bounce back from the roots, because it kind of share the same root, you know, one just divert the other way. So even if we really have to bounce back, it's just like I said, the elders or whoever is leading, because you know we have people leading the music wherein you know people who more look up to them as, you know. So if them really look into what can change and make this be more inspirational or more influential, I would say, yo, you know, give it a try, like pull in the youths them, because a lot of time them we really push away the youths them because we don't really want to hear what they have to say. And if we don't want to hear them, you know, some of them unruly, them just go grow the other way and just do whatever they think. But I think as adults are, you know, I mean, we can influence them and tell them, say, all right, you know, yeah, this good or that, and change a few things and make it better, you know?
True. And I think you're right. I think that's what we need. We need, you know, especially the elders, to encourage them, you know, because music did a lot, and music is doing a lot for people, you know, both economically and socially, mentally, anyhow you put it. Especially in Jamaica, you know, it can take you a long way. It takes you away from crime, you know, like I said, economically, you know, it works out, and when it works for one person is not just, you know, that one person, you know, it's sometimes it's the whole community that benefits from it, you know. So you know, it's nice that, you know, like you say, you know, because all these things started also from ska. So, you know, and then you have reggae, and so, you know, it's encouraging. I love the trap, you know, I won't say it, but I also miss the 80s dancehall as well. So, you know, but you know, I welcome any kind of music, man, especially, you know, us, you know, we kind of music, you know what I mean? So, you know, you have anything lined up there already?
I want to start by asking you, how do you compose a song? So where do you get your inspiration? How do you compose a song? Because we are Caribbean people. We have a special way of doing things.
To be honest, musically, I think every day, like some thought come up in my head. I write my music. So usually if I get, for instance, an instrumental, you know, I'll work on something, try to find the best like line to kick it off. Like that's always my thing, because a lot of people, they just hear a rhythm and just jump and just put anything out on it. For me, I like to I listen to the rhythm, and then I'll try to figure out the best line to really kick it off. Make it the line be meaningful. That's one way. Another way I find inspiration, I think, is me when I rise early in the morning. I usually take a smoke on the Mary J. You understand? So that kind of give me a little inspiration, see me, because I always be thinking musical.
So if I have to say, well, you meet a youngster and he comes to you and say, okay, I have this rhythm or I have something that I want to push out, but I want your advice. How do you go on about advising them in a positive way? Because sometimes we seem to be negative to the young people. How would you go about advising them in a positive way?
Well, to be honest, musically, I always tell that question, a lot of people always come to me anyway. So this question is a relevant question. And I would say basically my advice to them, I tell them, say, yo, listen, yeah, do the music, like don't do it for hype or do it for money. Just do it for the love. And you see, if you love it, and basically if you love it, you will grow within it and you will be a force to be reckoned with. And basically, if you come to me with a rhythm and want to know how to really get something started, I'll tell him, yo, listen to the rhythm. Like, don't just listen to it one time and then just jump on it or anything come to mind. Just listen to the rhythm over and over. Try to get that inspiration of the rhythm, you know what I mean? And then take it from there. You understand?
Because I notice some artists now, they want to walk even before they start to creep. And as you say, they look at the financial part of it rather than selling themselves. So that's why I bring people onto this radio. I bring people onto this radio to sell themselves. I mean, yes. If we have one person listen and that person can help you, your advance in your career is gone. We might have 500 people listen and nobody want to help you. So sometimes you never know who is listening. And that's some of the problem I have with Caribbean artists who always want to know how many people are listening before they accept an interview from me. It's not how many people are listening, it's who can help you.
Or who you can inspire at the end of the day. It doesn't matter, you know?
Yeah, because you have to sell yourself.
Yes.
Now, if you sell yourself positively, somebody's going to listen and give you something. But if you do not sell yourself, depending on because you have this music, the music going to sell it for you. No, you have to go out there and sell yourself. So what do you say to people who try to push money before the career kicked off?
To be honest, I would say that's the wrong move. The reason being that's the wrong move because if you don't really have money at the end of the day to keep up with the sustenance, your product in the first, you never believe in your product. So you will not believe in your product, whoever hands you push it in, it means that they're not going to really believe in your product because if you not put any finance behind your product, like give them no money in them hand up front before you even start making it, it's like to them, you just give them nothing because you never believe in it in the first place. If you did believe in it, you would make it grow, you know what I mean, and make it reach to certain places, make it reach to certain ears, you understand, and try to inspire people that way.
So besides that, how do you reach out to the people with your music? Which avenues do you use to reach millions of people or reach people out in the community?
So for me, I have a lot of social media. You know, social media is running the place right now. So you have TikTok, you have Instagram, you have YouTube, you understand, you have SoundCloud, you have AudioMac, which AudioMac is really picking up in Jamaica right now. Because, you know, in Jamaica, we're not really fascinating with the Spotify world like that. Yes, we use it. Yes, it's becoming prevalent now, but we're more, I think, on YouTube and more on AudioMac. So I try to use up that. And then I'm a little old school also. So like I'll use word of mouth, for instance, I get a few posters or flyers print and then I'll try to go around CMU and try to get it up. So people will probably see what's going on and you know what I mean? But yeah, man, big up everybody on the Cippy Burke channel, man. You understand? Europe, big up CMU. Fully.
Yeah, man. Very big in Europe, man. You have to give me some more stuff I can push to Europe because I'll tell you, in Europe, I noticed between 12 and 5, which is about 5-year time, to about 10, my meter really goes up when I play Caribbean music, reggae, dancehall. It's we call raga soca, whatever. But so we need to push it. And I'm here to help people push it, but sometimes people don't really realize what is going on because I'm here. I know what the listenership is looking like, you know? So I need something from people, and I also need people to say, well, okay, this is who they are, and push the music, push themselves. So for you now, let's deal with the European side of things. I want to give you some exposure in Europe. How do you intend to reach European audience?
Okay, well, I have a few people still from Europe on my Instagram that really support my stuff. So that's one means for me. You know, I think I have a few people over there, maybe friends, you know, that maybe on Facebook also. So I think I have a few connects there wherein I try to push music to them same way. So that's just my means of reaching out to a few European audience or a few European people and wishing whoever I send the music to, they might spread it. So, you know.
Yeah, because I can tell you, man, Europe is a big place for music, especially Caribbean music is now growing in Europe. Whether reggae, calypso, whatever you want to take it, yeah, it's great. So outside the music, what do you do to keep your mind active?
Hey, I play soccer, you know. I play soccer.
You play cricket too?
Well, I did play cricket in school, but guess what? I only play, I think, one game. I only play one game. Hey, I was good at fielding. I wasn't good at, you know, batting and them things. Nor bowling.
Yeah, me and my brother play a little bit of cricket for club here in Ottawa, but the age just start catching up on us, so we had to go the other way. I play a lot of football too. No, I play a lot of football for clubs, and right now I referee a lot in Ottawa here, Toronto, and all those kind of places. So we need to do something outside what we do to make us think. So you can also, because this program, I try to get this program to get people to understand people rather than just coming here and just talking all about your music.
You know. Yeah. So African the artist. What? Yeah. How come that name? How did you come up with that name?
Well, you see, the name is a very powerful name. You understand? I just think, as like I said, I represent Toronto, Canada. You know, as I migrated to Toronto, Canada, I was basically looking for a name to really kick off my artistry work. You know what I mean? So for me, I think African now, basically, you know, you as a black person in an exchange country, you're automatically an African to them. You know what I mean? And then you don't know born black already. So we just look to the name and say, you know, African is a very powerful name. So I'm going to use it because to me it means strength, it means power, it means motivation. You know, it's a very big name. You know, people don't really understand it right now. You understand? But until it becomes a force and till they start seeing it, they're going to say, yo, because look, if you notice, African music is taking over the world too.
Mm-hmm. True.
You know what I mean? So yeah, that's just basically how that name come about still, you know?
So what was the name before? You had a name before that you used?
Well, not really have a name before, but I have like nickname used to be Follow. Mm-hmm. So a lot of people know me as Follow. So basically they when I say like, you know, the baller from Jamaica, Ricardo Fuller.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, mine is
Follow. So you were that good, eh?
Yeah, my highest I reached to D1. I think D1 I stopped playing. You know? So you have D2, then you have D1, then you have like Super League, then you reach the Premier League.
All right. So how long now since you're based in Toronto?
From about 2002.
Mm. So let me ask you, so do you find it, or how challenging do you find it to be doing reggae music in Toronto as opposed to from the motherland in Jamaica?
Well, it's a little difficult right now, but I know sooner it's going to be more better for upcoming artists or for youths coming up. You understand? Because it's kind of challenging because, you know, Toronto is not really a reggae country or not a reggae place as that, like the motherland basically, you know, so you really have to try and push out every resources. And then another thing too, I think a lot of people is segregated here in the reggae music. So I think if we were more join together would more be a force. But a lot of people is all about, at the end of the day, a lot of people is all about hype this, hype that, and you know what I mean? I'm the type of person that I try to encourage people, but whenever you don't want to hear me, or I think you don't want to hear whatever I have to say, sometimes I kind of just leave that situation alone and just try to do what I can and try to motivate or try to uplift whoever I can, you know what I mean? So it's a little difficult here, but at the same time it can be done because a lot of other artists, for instance, what's his name? This guy who sing Nobody Nothing No, Nobody Nothing No. I don't remember his name right now off my head, but you see him do it from New York, or he do it from America. Remember, America wasn't all that a reggae country like that, but he managed to break out from there. There's a few other artists I think managed to break out from their reggae. You know,
I think a few artists broke out from Toronto too as well. I remember I think Mikey Dangerous did do something. Yeah, I don't know where he's at now. You know,
that is true.
Yeah, and you know, and you know, Snow, he broke out from Toronto. You know,
hey, big up Mikey Dangerous now. I'm bridging that to, you know, but
yeah, is he still doing music? Because I know him from
last time I see him, we were on Jambana. Last time I see him, but that was a few years ago. You know, not even last year, nor the year before. I think probably 3 years ago.
Yeah. So yeah, I can see how challenging it can be, and especially when you're out in these ends. At least if you're in Jamaica, you don't have to worry about certain things. But when you're out here, you still have to worry about doing your music and keep up with, you know, your living, you know, how you're gonna live and those kind of things. Whereas in Jamaica now, it might be just studio every day. You just have to worry about just your music, you know.
It's a different vibes.
Vibes. So sometimes we just have to big up. True. Sometimes you just have to big up you guys who are doing it from outside of the circle, you know, to get inside. And we just need to support you guys a lot more because I appreciate more what you guys are doing, because you guys are actually bringing music or reggae music to us out here, you know. And yeah, one of the problems sometimes is when an artist is local, he doesn't get that much recognition that he should be getting. And I know you have been getting some buzz all around, and you did a collab with Jada Kingdom.
Yeah.
Remake with Jada Kingdom.
Man.
Yeah, so tell us a little about that.
So basically, what really happens now, you see, I usually take like the music from Jamaica because you don't want to keep it influential both in Jamaica and both here and both to my fans, because I have a different fan base. My fan base is based all over the world. So you don't know me doing reggae music. I want to bring the authentic reggae music to them who from known artists, and also, you know, join my music same way that they know. So we try to let them hear what's going on in Jamaica and what's going on with African the artists. So I do a little remix here and there with known artists, you know what I mean? And then we put them out to my fans and people that can get it and listen to it. So that's how that really comes about. Or that's the idea of what I do with music that are very popular in Jamaica, or with music that are with popular artists in Jamaica.
Because I see you have one. Is it on the legacy rhythm?
Which one? The name of it. Oh, I think you're talking Heaven Sent. Wasn't that?
Yeah, I think it's that one there. Yeah. So when I heard that, I said, okay, then things are going. You know. So, have you ever been back to Jamaica in studio since you came to Toronto?
Yeah, man, regularly I go back to Jamaica just to preserve my culture, just to keep up with what's fresh or what's really happening in Jamaica. You understand? So I go back regular. I go back to the studio same way, you know. In fact, I have a few songs with some popular artists from out of Jamaica. You understand?
Yeah, man, tell us about them, man. You know, don't hold back nothing.
I have a song with Tony Curtis. You know, Tony Curtis from Chilla U.
One of my favorite. Lost is one of my favorite group, you know. So
Still doing the thing, still very
Yeah.
influential, you know. So I have a nice song with him. You know what I mean? I've sung with Nitty Clutchy. I did a song with Nitty Clutchy. Nitty Clutchy is formerly known from the Scare Them crew. Used to pirate Bounty Killer. He's still doing his thing up today. I think they have a thing called Boombox Friday that you can check them out on every Friday. You know, they're doing their thing. So you can check them out maybe on YouTube. That's with Nitty Clutchy. Who else now? Devra Brat. He was in the same crew with Portmore Empire with Vincy Cartel.
And
and the whole of them. Yeah, actually I did song with him also, you know. Just to name a few, you know what I mean? Yeah, man.
So what do your peers think of you now? Like when you go back to Jamaica, what's the reception like when you run into some guys who like you and them used to par coming up like you see on the side with music, and they see that you have taken like a little step forward? How do they really react to you?
Well, to be honest, all right, some people happy. You don't know mankind still. Some people are going to happy for you. Some people now go really feel the vibes, which sometimes that's the energy I'm getting. But at the same time, still give a shout out to each and every one, whether they want love or hate, because you don't know, say I'm all about the uplifting of our brothers and sisters. Same way, it doesn't matter like whatever might happen in the past, or it doesn't matter wherever our life or my life might change, feel a little different, but all in all, it's just for me. You know, say everybody, if you want good, you can do good or do better for yourself. So for me, it's a love and hate relationship, which it's good because you don't know. I know everybody did love Christ. Yeah, and that's what I say. So yeah.
Yeah, and Cartel say to mankind is a werewolf too, you know.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, but you know. Big up all of it. So who do you admire as a songwriter?
I would say everybody say Vybz Kartel. Vybz Kartel is a good lyricist, a good songwriter to me. So I'll give it to him. I'll give it to Bounty Killer also. You know? I think more Bounty Killer. Because he do his thing at with difference.
True,
you know?
True.
Yeah. So I would say Bounty Killer. And Massacre. There's a few young artists still that are good songwriters, you know. So I have to big them up just the same. You know what I mean? Big up same way too. Because him do him thing. He have some very nice song as well. You know, no doubt.
Who?
Popcorn.
Oh, Popcorn. Yeah, man. I think it's important when you look at someone who can write a song on any subject, and that's why I see why you have to put Cartel name up front. And people say Cartel not because of anything, not because he's popular, but because the man is like a genius when it comes to songwriting.
Yeah, man, him bad still.
If you give him a pencil, if you give him a pencil and say write a song, he'll write a song. You know, like I remember one time he said he's gonna build a song out of weed, and then another thing, marijuana, the marijuana song, Yeah. And it sounds like it's a love song, about weed. Could you imagine that? Yeah. So another one I think would come to mind is I'll get back to the name there. Why I don't have the name? Puppeteer.
Buju is there too.
Yeah, Buju and them are a foundation, man.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. DeMarco, I'm looking at. Very talented youth, man. Very talented.
Hey, he's very talented and underrated.
Underrated. DeMarco has lyrics.
And underrated, to be honest.
He can produce, he can write, and the man just,
Yep.
Yeah.
A lot of people don't know that, A lot of people don't know that. Even the other day, he released an album, and I'm not sure of the reception that the album get, but it was a very great piece of work. But I think people now gonna really understand it until then really, like I said, sometimes it's all about the hype, which for me, I'm trying to change all that. To show youths them say, yo, I know really, that another really way, and a real way that they really live your life. Yeah, we know say it's gonna be in and you can't really change everybody, but you don't know. You can reach one hand at a time or one person at a time, you know the thing go.